So right now we're gonna go over a pretty quick, brief video about the importance of surviving tidal waves. And I'm joking. I'm talking about emergency funds. Emergency funds. Now, observe for a moment. Imagine you're this guy, the stick figure, or gal, and you see a massive tidal wave coming to you at the shore. I'm pretty sure you'll be pretty panicky, because you can't really outrun a wave. But guess what? You have this massive barrier, this towering barrier, which protects you. The wave doesn't slam against you. It slams against the barrier, and it recedes back to the ocean shore. Now, in reality, this person still represents you, but a tidal wave represents an unexpected emergency expenditure, such as medical bills, a sudden pet surgery, a car breaking down, or let's say anything that's unexpected. Now, guess what? The unexpected is just that. It's unpredictable. You can't predict when something's going to happen. Otherwise, you would have been able to prepare for it in time. But this is the thing. There's a troubling statistic that says 50% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck means that your inflows, your cash flows, equals your cash outflows. That means all the money that comes in goes out, and sometimes even more goes out than comes in, which means you're living on debt. And the troubling thing about that is that if you're spending all the money that are coming in, how much money do you have for retirement? None. How much money do you have for savings? None. And how much do you have for the barricade, which is your emergency fund? $0. A recent bank rate poll shows that nearly 30% of all Americans, 3 out of 10 Americans, have no savings or no rainy day fund. That means if a car breaks down, if someone gets injured and breaks their leg, they don't have any way of going to work. They don't have any way of keeping this income stream coming in. Guess what? They still have these funds, and they still have these expenses, and they have no way of paying off these bills. What are you gonna do when you're in the midst of financial struggle? You have so much money, so many expenses that you have to pay, but yet you have no income. And I know that during the midst of the pandemic, this is becoming even increasingly more commonplace. But here's the thing. You have to check the issue by looking at your budget. In order to survive past good times and bad times, you must have this barricade. Now, in good times, that means you have to contribute as much money as your income to your financial future. That means you're dedicating enough for probably 6 months of living expenses to this barricade, and as much as you can to financial investments, to investments in the long term. Because once that tidal wave arises, such as when the pandemic struck and you lose your job, who could have predicted that there's going to be a massive pandemic? The second your income drops, or the second you get an emergency expenditure, you have this barricade to protect you. And you'll be thankful to God or to yourself that in the midst of all this financial struggle, you have a barricade that can protect you. The barricade is a bit of insurance so that when bad things happen, they will happen, you'll be prepared and you'll be resilient and you'll survive past the tough times. I hope everyone takes this into consideration. Don't be the 30% who don't have any rainy day funds. Don't be the 50% who are spending as much as they're making. Don't be the people who can't survive a rainy day or often a tidal wave. Thank you.